Hey, no, but I'm here.
What can I do to help you?
Call the fire department.
You gotta do what's best for you.
My 600-pound life is known for its transformations, but behind every success story is a journey filled with pain, loss, and heartbreak. Some moments are so raw and emotional, they'll bring you to tears. These are the most heartbreaking moments on my 600-pound life that will stay with you long after the episode ends. This is Isaac's story. There's never a time when Isaac is not eating. Once he is awake, best believe that food is going down his throat. He is 23 years old and he does not know what he weighs. He struggles every morning to put on clothes because his weight is just so much. What makes things a little easy is the fact that he lives with his family and they help him out with some of his chores. This is how Isaac's story begins.
Can you lift it up a little bit for me?
And I'm embarrassed about that because I moved back home to take care of my mom and she struggles with her size too, so I'm supposed to be helping her. But I'm the one who needs the help now, and that makes me feel bad.
Man, that is just so sad. Isaac wants to do more with himself, but is limited because of his weight. His mom has cancer, so he moved back home to try to take care of her. But instead of that happening, Isaac is the one that everybody in the house has to take care of, and that makes him feel horrible. Walking and breathing are starting to become very difficult for him, and it worsens every single day.
Feeding others, y'all got here just in time, and watching them enjoy the food. So I do feel like I have a special connection with food, but I do like eating too. Good morning, Angel. How many eggs do you want?
At this point, it's safe to say that food is Isaac's best friend. It's the only thing that brings him joy and comfort. The sweet part is that he is actually a good cook. His family members love his meals, and they love when he cooks. Part of what brings him joy is seeing that every member of his family gets to eat and actually enjoy every meal that he prepares. That must be so amazing. I wish everyone liked my cooking.
To get him to eat, and this caused him to be very underweight. So we did worry about his weight because he was so small and so tiny. It was like it was a joy for him. After that, anything he wanted.
Seems like we know how his love for food started. When Isaac was a child, he had an illness that made him very underweight. This made his family members very scared because they thought they were going to lose him. Isaac got better and he began to eat pretty much everything. His parents, being scared that the illness would come back, decided to make sure he was always properly fed. From that moment on, food became his best friend.
I had to cook and clean and give homeschool to myself and my siblings because there was nobody else. My mom couldn't even physically take care of herself at that. My dad worked all day, pay the bills.
That must have been a very big shoe for Isaac to fit in at a very young age. At the age of 10, Isaac's mom had a stroke and that made her unable to take care of him and his siblings. Isaac had to assume the role of a mother, and he was the one who would constantly be in the kitchen cooking for the entire family. Believe me, it was no easy task. All this happened after he lost his grandmother, which broke his heart because she was like a second mom to him.
After that, I was just staying home and eating. So my weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
He started avoiding phone calls from his friends. He stopped.
Isaac literally gave up his future to help his mother take care of the family. His mother's condition went from a stroke to cancer, and he had to move back to the house permanently. He got depressed from seeing his mom in such a state, and he just shut down. He stopped talking to his friends, and all he did was take care of his mom and eat his sadness away. Even to this day, Isaac still feels some level of depression when he is alone.
I've never done anything like this at my size, so I'm really nervous about it. It's like a 5-hour drive, so it's not going to be easy for me because I'm gonna go down there and then try to come straight back. So it's like 10 hours on the road.
I'm just glad this is finally happening. It's good to see that Isaac wants to start taking care of his health and work towards a better future. He has decided to head down to Houston to see Dr. Now. What scares Isaac the most is having to stay all by himself without his family. That terrifies him a lot. His mom reassures him that everything is going to be okay and he should focus on getting better for himself.
I'm at Dr. Now's for the first time to see him about weight loss surgery. And I'm about to see where my weight's at and how much I have to lose, I get. That's not good, but I'm ready to change that. That's why I'm here.
You just have to love how positive Isaac's mind is. He made the trip down to Houston, and I must tell you, it was not an easy one. He had so much anxiety, but he was able to pull through. He hopped on the scale at the hospital, and it read that he weighed 661 pounds. Of course, he is surprised and scared, but he is also optimistic that things are going to get better because he wants to get better. Now that's the spirit.
It's hovering around 2%, okay? You know why? Because everybody goes back to the same old habit. And if you don't understand that, then there's no point of doing the surgery on you.
Is Isaac really ready to lose the weight? Isaac tells the doc that he is the one who cooks for his family, and the doc immediately says that if he wants to lose weight, he has to stop being around so much food. He then tells Isaac that he needs to lose 80 pounds in the next 2 months before he can be approved for weight loss surgery. He has been added to the weight loss program, but Dr. Now needs to be sure that he really wants to lose weight.
And some zucchini, and then y'all can make y'all salad. So how does it look to
It
you?
looks good.
It smells good. It smells really good.
Well, the whole meal is only like 300 calories.
Okay, Isaac. Moment of truth.
Yeah, I needed more seasoning.
I'm not going to lie, it's really good to see that his family is adapting to the new diet. The doc gave Isaac a diet to follow, and he brought it to his family. Since Isaac is the chef in the house, he decided to put everyone in the family on the diet that Dr. Now gave him. From the look of things, it seems like everyone likes the new diet. This is good because it's going to help Isaac lose the weight he needs.
So that means your goal is to lose 100 pounds before you shoot. Do you think you can do that?
I'll try.
All right, we'll schedule your appointment for next month. Can I see you then? But go over the diet and see.
I mean, Dr. Now is not wrong. If Isaac wants to be around to take care of his mom, he also needs to take care of himself first. Isaac missed his appointment with the doc and decided to call and see if he could reschedule. He explained the situation, and the doc told him that he needs to prioritize his health over that of his mom. He also told Isaac that he needs to lose an extra 20 pounds before his next appointment. In total, he needs to lose 100 pounds.
I made a lot of changes to my eating, and I know I've made progress. But my goal weight loss was a lot. I was 661 at my last weigh-in 4 months ago. And with the delays, my goal turned into having to lose a
That is far from what the doc wanted him to lose. It's been more than 3 months now, and all Isaac has been able to lose is 40 pounds. But we really can't blame him. He has had to take care of his mom and still be the chef of the house. That's a lot if you ask me. But we all know that Dr. Now won't be happy with his progress given the fact that Isaac does not have a lot of time.
And if you keep all this strain on your body for much longer, it's just going to be a matter of time before something happens that pushes your body over the edge. And it gives out, and that's it for you.
Surprisingly, Dr. Now seems to be very gentle with Isaac. He has given him another chamber to lose the weight he needs so he can get weight loss surgery. He then explains to Isaac why it's very important for him to lose weight before he gets under the needle. He doesn't want Isaac having complications during surgery, so he gives him another 2 months to lose the remaining weight he was supposed to lose. Well, let's see if he can do just that.
So what we also do is we'll go ahead and run the test we need to make sure you can handle surgery. And if you come back with that weight loss in 2 months,
This is Cindy's story. Food gives Cindy a peace that she can't get from any other thing. She has to get food in her stomach before she can get out of bed. She is 45 years old and her weight is unknown. When she wakes up in the morning, she tries not to think about her life and how bad she has allowed her weight to get. Does she still have hope? Can she get better? Let's find out. This is how her story begins.
Start anything with my day. I have to eat.
So you're good to go.
Denise knows what I like to have.
I am Denise, and I am a home health provider. In the week, I work with Miss Cindy. I get her up.
Well, it's actually good that she has someone who helps take care of her. It would have been very bad if she was all by herself. Cindy has a caretaker who is always there to do almost everything. She cooks, she cleans, you just name it. Her caretaker is worried about the type and quantity of food that Cindy consumes, but she can't say anything because she does not want to lose her job.
Then I sit and get some oxygen, or I shower while she's fixing the bed.
Let's get the show on the road before you start losing oxygen.
She tries to get under my folds and parts of my skin as best she can.
Man, this is really sad. You can see it written all over Cindy's face that she is in so much pain. She goes through so much discomfort while taking a shower. Cindy goes out of breath very quickly, so her caretaker has to hurry the bathing process so she doesn't pass out. Passing out means that her caretaker would have to call 911 to come help put her in check, and that's something tiny Cindy tried to avoid.
It's my way of dealing with the world. That family friend that was doing that to me finally stopped because my mom found out about it and confronted them, talked to them. They stopped hanging out with them and all that kind of stuff.
No child should ever have to go through that. Cindy's food addiction started when she was much younger. She had a family friend who would constantly molest her, and it went on for quite some time. Her mom found out, and she made sure the family friend never came close to her again. As if that was not enough, her dad got abusive and took it all out on her mother. Eventually, her mom got a divorce, and all Cindy could do was eat the pain away.
In a downward spiral. When I was 32, my dad passed away from cirrhosis of the liver from alcohol. I was, shocked and hit me harder than I thought it would. I started gaining more weight after that.
The trauma Cindy went through as a child just kept going from bad to worse. She had an accident that made her bedridden for a long time. After that, she tried to get weight loss surgery, but all the doctors told her she was too big and they couldn't put her under the needle. Then she found out that her dad passed away from cirrhosis of the liver due to how much alcohol he was taking. That just sent her into a deep state of depression, and all she did was eat.
Others, like, just go somewhere. I feel like I don't fit in the world because I have so many locations with everything. I need a chair that fits me. I need a bed that fits me.
Seems like Cindy is no longer going to let her trauma and health conditions stop her from doing what she needs to do. Her caretaker has been able to talk her into speaking with Dr. Now to find out if she has any chances of getting better. Cindy is also scared that she might have to give up that very thing that brings her joy, food. Well, there's no going back now. She either gets better or she doesn't.
Yes, please.
If you come here, are you going to do the work?
Yes.
Because your progress and what happened if you do this, and the work with the dog going to be up to you.
Well, that was an illuminating conversation. Cindy spoke to the doc, and he just had to tell her the truth. He made her understand that she needs to start taking control of her health because life expectancy for people her size is 50 years, and she is already 45 years old. The doc also wants plans on getting her an ambulance that's going to bring her down to Houston, so the doc can keep tabs on her progress.
This is for death. What if you die?
Can die any moment.
Exactly. That's why you should go today. So what can I do for you right now?
I have to get everything in order and whatever I was gonna pack. I still need to take a shower.
It seems like Cindy is trying to give excuses, so she is not going to follow the ambulance down to Houston. Dr. Now was able to get an ambulance to come down to Cindy's house so she could be brought to the hospital. The ambulance is here, and Cindy does not seem like she is ready to head down to the hospital. Her caretaker is trying to convince her and get her ready to leave for the hospital. Does Cindy really want to get better?
She was talking to the other caretaker. The other caretaker was giving her negative text messages, trying to convince Cindy this is bad for her, so it was almost like if they're trying to hold her hostage.
Believe me when I say that it has been one big mess trying to get Cindy out of her house. Apparently she has two caretakers. The one currently with her wants her to head to the hospital and see the doc. The other caretaker found out that Cindy was heading to the hospital and immediately told her not to leave the house. The caretaker with her was able to convince her to move to her own house in Houston where she can keep a close eye on her and take proper care of her.
So you're at 614 pounds. So that is either more weight gain or hardly any loss at all. All right, you can get your walker.
That's on the high side. Cindy still has a lot of work to do. Since she was not able to come down to the hospital, Dr. Now decided to pay her a visit at her caretaker's house in Houston. The first thing he does before checking her vitals is to see if she has lost any weight since the last time they spoke. Cindy struggles to step on the scale and her weight is 614 pounds. As you can see, it seems like she has not been able to lose a significant amount of weight.
So it's time to give that back. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna be the one that you're gonna follow the diet and do the exercise, okay?
Yes.
Well, this is another chance for Cindy to lose weight. The doc checked her vitals and realized that her breathing problem is getting worse due to her not being able to lose weight. He teaches her a breathing technique that won't leave her out of breath and tells her that he needs her to stick to the diet and lose 70 pounds in 1 month before she comes down to the hospital. Let's see if she's going to meet the target in a month's time.
Now making progress, okay? All right, so we need to run some tests on you and see what's going on. Make sure everything is okay. And if we have to keep you down here to treat you, we will.
Once again, Cindy has failed to make any significant progress. The doc is quite frustrated because it seems like every effort he has made to try to get her to lose weight keeps failing, and she's just not ready. She missed her last appointment, and Dr. Now had to send her an ambulance to bring her down to the hospital so he could check if everything was okay. Now he wants to set her up with a psychotherapist with the hopes of things getting better.
And take responsibility. I just need more time.
You want more time?
Yes.
Cindy, I'll give you 1 more month to lose 70 pounds and get more active so you can come to the clinic.
This is Abby's story. Abby has been on his bed for more than 7 years. The only thing that motivates him to keep trying is his wife, Brenda. He is 37 years old and he has no idea what he weighs. Right now, he is scared that he might not wake up one day, and that just terrifies him. Can things really get better for him? Let's see. This is how his story begins.
My inspiration. I like at the end of this tunnel. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is bathe. It's extremely painful. It's the worst part of my day.
Is it okay if I do your feet while you wash your head and face?
Men, imagine having to go through all of this every morning. It's not surprising that his wife is the only motivation he has to even want to get up in the morning. It's lovely that his wife takes such good care of him even with his condition.
Scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast. Your breakfast?
Breakfast. It doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be something that'll satisfy my urge right now. No, I think about food more often than I should.
Did he just say that how he ate when he was much younger is way better than now? Wow. Now I'm curious. I wonder what made him love food from a very young age. My guess is that he went through something very traumatic.
Metabolism will kick in. No, it didn't. It just stopped and kept on gaining weight. When I graduated from high school, I went to school in Florida to become a sound engineer. And going there was life-changing.
It never turns out that way, Abi. It never works out that way. His parents were never around to supervise his eating, so he always ate whenever and whatever he wanted. Funny thing is that because he was much younger, he thought he would lose weight over time. Sadly, that was not the case.
We went to the movies with my nieces and nephews, and they were like, and being kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed. And she's like, don't worry, I love this.
Ouch, that had to be a very traumatizing experience. Imagine buying an engagement ring to propose to your girlfriend, and you get into an accident on your way to her house that almost takes your life. Man, I'm sure his girlfriend would have broken down into a million pieces.
They took me to an MRI machine and got the X-ray imaging they needed to find out what was going on. I had a problem with 3 discs. They were damaging the spinal cord. So immediately they took me to emergency surgery.
That's enough reason to actually fall into depression. That accident ruined a lot for Abi. His wife even said that the doctors that did his surgery told her that he might never walk again because of the damage that was done to his spinal cord.
By a lot of people in Puerto Rico, and we got referred to a foundation which was helping a lot of people after the hurricane. They took me out of Puerto Rico and brought me here.
Come on. Let's be honest, that's actually very impressive. Abi doesn't let the fact that he is immobile stop him from working and making money for him and his wife. He has a remote job that allows him to work from the comfort of his bed. Now I wish I had a job like that.
The wall in front of me, the walls right beside me.
Salsa con queso?
And my wife that comes in and out. My only look for the outside world is TV or...
Seems like they work hand in hand to get things done. Since Abi can't stand up from the bed, his wife has to do all of the shopping, and she prepares their meals. What's amazing is that they get to spend quality time even after having a stressful day. That's lovely, but he really needs to start worrying about his weight.
And fix that, and it got fixed to a certain point, but since I've been in the bed so long, I've lost the strength in my legs.
Do you have a sensation on your feet?
I do.
That's not good. Abi finally reached out to Dr. Now, and it seems like he might have some serious problems. Apparently, Abi has been on the bed for so long that his feet can no longer be straight on the ground. He tells Dr. Now about his condition, and even the doc can't hide his worry.
So they know that I need physical therapy. Having a physical therapy some year, we haven't gotten that yet.
So you're in a bad place right now. So I'm gonna see if we can get some...
That does sound like a good plan. Since Abi can't walk on his feet, Dr. Now says he is going to send some physiotherapists to come help him and see if he can still use his legs to move around. Let's just hope the damage to his leg is not so severe.
You're doing it right. Good. Yeah. It means you're doing it right. Ready? Come on. I know the doctor was concerned to be able to wave off the possibility of the blood clots. He wants him to have that much more mobility. That's definitely something that needs to be addressed. Increase your pace just a touch.
Surprisingly, that went pretty well. The physiotherapist the doc asked to come check on Abi showed up, and they did some routine exercises. His leg isn't entirely bad, and he is still able to move around. The only thing now is that Abi needs to put in the work so moving around would be possible and much easier.
Really do need to get the strength back.
So what you need to do is you gotta all day to do your exercise on your leg, move this leg. And here you got a bunch of...
For Dr. Now to come down to his house, you can tell he really cares about Abi and wants the best for him. But here's the thing. Due to the fact that Abi hasn't left his bed in 7 years, his sores are infected, and he needs to get the infection under control before it gets worse than it already is.
I want to get to, but when it's just, yeah, we'll see how we do it for next time. That's not a goal. That's it's like nothing. So I feel like I'm doing the things and the effort, but I'm not getting anywhere.
Seems to me like Abi is at a crossroads with himself and his weight loss journey. He feels like the fact that he doesn't have a goal that relates to him losing weight is technically no goal. At this point, I think Abi might need therapy to stay on track with his weight loss journey.
On the bed. Keep pulling.
All right, let's go.
Keep pulling.
In the center.
That's it.
All right.
That's the worst of it, okay?
Let's go up a little bit. That's good.
Good.
For a second there, I thought they were not going to be able to lift him out of the bed. More than 5 people trying to get him out of the bed is actually scary. Abby's condition is not getting better, and Dr. Now wants him to be close by so he can be properly monitored.
So at this point, I think we got to do something to improve your condition. We got to make some changes, okay?
No problem. Right now, we gotta get my blood drawn and the test going.
Well, that's some good progress. Abi has been checked into the hospital, and so far it does seem like things might work out for the best. He feels way better than he did when he was home, and I can't lie, that's a pretty good sign.
At some point soon, Dr. Now is gonna take me to the next level, you know? And I need something more to make this go faster.
We have made more progress with Abby. We had his weight down almost 200 pounds since he arrived.
I couldn't agree more with Dr. Now. Abi has been able to lose up to 200 pounds of weight. Usually Dr. Now would send him home to lose some more before coming back. But with his current state, Dr. Now feels it's time for him to get his weight loss surgery.
Hopefully everything looks good and we can move ahead with Abby's weight loss surgery soon. Once we do that and he recovers, we will work more closely with some specialists.
You can tell that he couldn't wait to break the news to his wife. Dr. Now told him that he was approving him for weight loss surgery. And as you'd expect, the first person he called was his wife. He has come a long way. I'm pretty sure we are all proud of Abby.
Abby's surgery went very well. That was probably one of the most challenging weight loss surgery that we have done for a while with this condition because of his functional paraplegia and lower extremities.